Now, someone is getting paid for a Whop clip just like this one.
And again, for Miami Beach, people love Lagos Island. They love the Sunset Islands. You have North Bay Road, which isn't a neighborhood, it's just a street, but you have some of the best real estate in Miami on that road. And then if you go a little bit further south to like Coral Gables or Coconut Grove, Gables Estates, I would say, is one of the most expensive communities in the country, really.
But most people trying to do the same thing are making no money at all, because 60 to 70% of clips posted to campaigns like this never hit the minimum number of views required to get paid. They get posted, they get buried, and they never earn a cent. And that's because everybody's cutting the same way. So the algorithm sees the same video 1,000 times and kills all of it. But here's the thing, cutting a clip used to be the hard part. Now it's free and it takes seconds, which means speed doesn't get you paid anymore. What gets you paid is being different. So here's what we're going to do today. We're going to find a campaign that actually pays. Then we'll fire up Higgsfield Supercomputer to turn a full podcast into a stack of clips in seconds. I like using Higgsfield because it can score the clips and tell us which ones are actually worth our time. And once we've scored them, I'll show you how to do one simple thing that can separate a clip that gets paid from a clip that gets buried. But before we cut anything, let me save you from the mistake that wastes the most time, because most people pick a dead campaign before they've even started. Always remember, not every campaign is worth your time. Some of them have never paid a single person. So for step 1, let's open up Whop, head over to Content Rewards, and I'll show you how I choose. The very first thing we'll do is sort by most paid out. That one move instantly filters out every campaign that looks good on paper, but has never actually sent anyone money. We only want the ones with a real track record of paying, but a campaign that's paying isn't enough on its own. Because here's the second trap. We also need to check how much of the budget is left. Think of it like this. Every campaign is really just a pool of money that shrinks as people get paid. So if we scroll to this one and it's already 80% spent, we skip it, because that pool's about to run dry right as our clips start picking up views. We want a campaign that's paying, but with plenty of the budget still on the table. And that leads us to the last thing we check, which is the rate. This is how much we get paid per 1,000 views. Your instinct here might be to chase the highest number you can find, but that's actually a trap too, because the higher the rate, the more people it pulls in, which means the competition gets brutal and the rules get even worse. So what we're looking for is the sweet spot, somewhere between $1 and $3 per 1,000 views. High enough to be worth it, but calm enough that we can actually win. Now let's take everything we just covered and put it to the test. This is the Nick Malinowski campaign. He's a real estate broker with a podcast, and this campaign wants those episodes cut down into clips. So first, we'll run our checks. It's paying $1.50 per 1,000 views, which is right in that sweet spot. Only about a quarter of the budget's been spent, so there's plenty left for us. And it's paying out actively with a 2-day review time. So this one passes every test. Now all we need is something to clip, and this is the part that used to scare people off, having to sit for hours, scrubbing through a full podcast, hunting for the good moments by hand. But just watch how fast this is now. For step 2, we'll head into Higgsfield and open up Supercomputer. Then we'll just drop in the podcast link and tell it we want 20 vertical clips with captions burned straight in. And remember, all prompts are linked in the description. After that, we hit go, and Supercomputer will start reading the entire podcast for us. Now, I'll be honest with you, the first time I ran this, the tool timed out. The video's around 20 minutes long, and it stalled trying to load the whole thing. So I just hit retry and let it run again. And that's worth knowing going in, because on a longer video, sometimes it needs a second pass. But just a few minutes later, it handed us this. And here's where it gets interesting. We asked for 20 clips, but it only gave us 11. And at first, that feels like the tool's falling short, but it's actually the opposite, because it went through the whole podcast, found 20 possible moments, and then quietly threw out the weak ones. It only kept the 11 it genuinely thought were worth posting. That's the tool refusing to hand us clips it knows are going to flop, because remember, posting a stack of average clips is exactly how you end up in that 60% who don't make money. But let's look at the actual clips.
Is a $50 million condo normal now?
I wouldn't say it's normal, but there's definitely more of them than there's ever been. Rewinding, I think it was 7 or 8 years ago now back.
It's trimmed each one around a strong moment, formatted them into vertical, and included all the captions. We've got 11 solid clips now, and the temptation might be to just post all of them, but don't, because we're still not completely sure which of these clips has the best shot. And instead of guessing, we're going to let Supercomputer tell us. So in step 3, we'll run all 11 clips through the Virality predictor. Let's ask it to score every clip on 2 things: how strong the hook is, and how well it holds attention the whole way through. In just a few minutes, it hands us a ranking. But before we look at it, I need to be straight with you about what this is, because the tool's honest about it too. It's reading the content and predicting based on what usually works. So it's not a crystal ball, it's more like a really experienced friend who's watched 1,000 clips go viral, telling us which of ours have the best shot. Essentially, it's stacking the odds in our favor. And with that said, here's what came back. It ranked all 11 and gave us a clear top 5. The highest scoring clip is this one we saw earlier, where they break down how $20 million is now the entry point for Miami real estate. And this is because it's got the strongest hook of the batch. But here's the interesting part. When the tool explained its scores, it flagged the one thing that's dragging these clips down. Its exact note was that the clips are just static shots of people talking into mics. It also mentioned that adding extra visuals would make the top ones perform way better. So we'll keep that in our back pocket, because in a second, that one note is going to become the most important thing in this entire video. But first, we need to talk about money, because right about now, we've picked a campaign, cut 11 clips, and scored them. And so far, this tool's been doing a lot of the heavy lifting. So you might be asking yourself, why pay for it when cutting clips is free everywhere else? Which is a fair question, but here's how I think about it. What we're actually paying for is to know which of our clips has the best shot before we spend a second on it. Remember that 60 to 70% who post clips and make nothing? Backing the wrong clips is how you end up there. So this is just a way of making sure we put our effort behind the winners instead of gambling on all 11 clips. But let's get back to our top 5 clips. According to Supercomputer, we still need to cover those flat talking head moments with some cinematic B-roll. So in step 4, let's point it at our top clip and generate our first shot. In the clip, Nick opens by asking if a $50 million condo is normal now. So that's what we'll show while he says it. But here's a rule to remember. In the prompt, we should aim for a smooth and slow camera motion, because fast, busy movement is exactly where AI videos fall apart and start to look fake. Now watch what it gives us. A gentle push over a row of oceanfront towers at sunset, and it looks premium. But if we really want to elevate the podcast clip, one extra shot isn't enough. So let's keep going. Next, they talk about a single record-breaking penthouse that was sold years ago. So this time, we'll generate some interior footage. Watch that slow glide through the penthouse overlooking the ocean. We've now got a wide shot from above and an intimate one from inside, which means we're almost there, because the final talking point of the clip is about how a brand new trophy building now starts at $20 million just to get in. So for our final shot, we'll send the camera rising right up the face of a tower. The camera lifts up the face of the building, smooth the whole way, and here's where it all comes together. We'll take those 3 shots and lay them right over the dead moments in our clip.
Is a $50 million condo normal now?
I wouldn't say it's normal, but there's definitely more of them than there's ever been. You know, rewinding, I think it was 7 or 8 years ago now, back when we sold the penthouse at Faena, which was $60 million. That was not only the most expensive residential transaction ever in Florida at the time, but it was the highest priced condo, I think, by almost double. You know, Miami hadn't really seen many $30+ million condo sales pre-COVID. And now I would say, if you wanted to be in a building like the Surf Club or any of these other kind of trophy new developments that are being built, you know, for a 3 or a 4 bedroom, 20+ million, 30+ million has now become an entry point.
So 20 million is normal.
For the kind of buildings that we've become accustomed to selling.
Entire difference between a clip that gets buried and a clip that gets paid. And this whole workflow only works because everything lives in one place. The clipping, the scoring, and the B-roll that makes the difference. It's all inside Higgsfield, running on the newest models without jumping between 5 different tools. The link's in the description if you want to try this exact workflow yourself. So now you can stack the odds in your favor before you ever hit post. But not every platform pays the same for these clips, which is why I decided to put every major clipping platform to the test. I tried Whop, Vero, Reach.cat, and others, then ranked them by how much they actually pay out. Click the video on screen right now to make sure you're posting where the money actually is.